Powder picking up his first foul of the game. 3:52 left in regulation. Carter Gogart misses the first shot. Gogart 0 for 2 from the line today. Has a chance to give the Wildcats the lead if he can make this one. Misses the second one as well, and for the second time in this half, West Seattle missing a free throw and getting the offensive board. Wait to see what the call is here. And they are in fact going to call it a travel. Kasim coming up with the basketball. Was trying to pull it away from one of the Hawks, and in doing so, I think he shuffled his feet there a little bit, and the referees called it. Hawks looking to take the lead for the first time this half. Daniel Johnson for the long two. Swish! Johnson gives the Hawks the lead. 3:35 to go in the game at 40-38. Terrace. Terrace has trailed by as many as 8 in this half. 29-21 deficit at one point. And now they're up 40-38. Nate Pryor with the basketball. Pryor's going to float one up from 11 feet out. Hits off the rim, bounces off. Pryor goes up for the rebound, gets his hand on it, but cannot come down with it. It goes out of bounds, and it is turned over to the Hawks. 3:16 showing on this clock right now. Daniel Johnson, the junior, is going to dribble it up. Being guarded by Tyler Lindsay. Hawks trying to give West Seattle their first loss of the season. There's Derek Anima in the key. Anima ducks underneath a defender, lays it up and in. Anima has been huge this half so far. 16 points in the second half alone. 42-38, the Hawks with a 4-point lead. Their largest lead since having a 6-2 lead back in the first quarter of play. 2:38 to go here in the ballgame. Tyler Lindsay, we know he can shoot the three. He leads the Wildcats in three-point shots. He's a player you really have to watch at this point in the game. Nice job by Pryor. Kicks it down to Gogart. Gogart goes up and draws the foul. Pryor with an excellent dump pass into the lane, into the key. With 2:21 to go, Carter Gogart's going to step to the line shooting two. Powder gets called for the foul. Gogart hits the first one. Gogart unofficially 1 for 4 for the game from the free throw line. Gogart, through the first 6 games of the season, was 12 for 20 from the free throw line. One more shot as Shimron Mussey comes back into the game. Is about to check in next dead ball, and there he has it. Gogart hitting both of the free throws, making it a 42-40 game. And here come the Hawks. Gabe Powder dribbling it up the floor. Derek Anima, Daniel Johnson, Gabe Altenberger, and Shimron Mussey on the floor with him. Hawks swinging it around. Powder draws a couple of defenders in. Mussey in the corner. Fakes the defender up into the air, drives the hoop, and it draws contact with 2:04 to go on the clock. Foul is on number 24, Golgart. His second. It is a shooting foul, so Mussey steps back to the line. Shooting two, and this trip to the free throw line is brought to you by our From the Stripe sponsor, Edmonds Community College. Mussey drains another one. He now has 7 points in the quarter. 11 for the game. Stay tuned for our Adrenaline fundraising player of the game afterwards, as we'll interview one of the Hawks and get their take on this game, or we'll interview one of the Wildcats for that matter too. Whoever wins this game is what we've decided to do tonight. So 2:03 left in the game. The Hawks with a 4-point lead. Shimron Mussey heads back to the bench after hitting the free throw. Nate Pryor with the basketball. Drives to the left side, and Pryor is special. Can't get that shot to fall. Pryor finally getting back up, but he is an impressive player to watch. And again, as we mentioned before, got a Division I scholarship waiting for him at Seattle U when he's done here at West Seattle. And Pryor in the lane, floats one up, leaves it just a bit short, scramble for the ball. Pryor and Powder both going after it, tie each other up. It looks as though West Seattle has the arrow, so they will keep the possession with 1:36 to go in the game. As I mentioned, this is a West Seattle team with only 2 seniors playing on the varsity team, Carter Golgart and Shaka Trahan. We do get a full timeout, 1:36 left. It's only a 4-point game, folks. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Sound Alive Sports Network.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
And welcome back to the Sound Live Sports Network. Hawks with a 44-40 lead over West Seattle. West Seattle inbounding the basketball. 32 left on the shot clock, 1:36 on the game clock. If you're just tuning in, West Seattle had a 5-point halftime lead. The lead has been as large as 8 in this half. And then the Hawks came storming back, took a 4-point lead, and that's where we stand right now. Pryor missing another shot. Here it comes. Derek Anima grabs the rebound, kicks it out to Powder. Powder thought about it, pulls up. Massey kicks it over to Altenberger in the corner. 1:12 to go here in the game. 22 left on the shot clock. Hawks with a 4-point lead. A basket here would go a long way towards a Hawk victory. Now down to 102. Altenberger drives the lane, kicks it out to Johnson. 11 to go on the shot clock. Derek Anima floats one up, misses it, but Massey tips it in! Offensive rebound, Shimron. Basket for the Hawks, their largest lead of the night. 46-40 with under a minute to go. Long three by Muhammad, misses it. Gabe Powder coming up with a rebound. We're down to 40 to go. Hawks looking for the upset, and he draws the foul. Shimron Mussey with 10 points this quarter, 14 for the game. Between Mussey and Anima. Anima has 16 for the half, so between them they have 26 points for the Hawks here, 26 of their 31 points for the half. Powder to the line, shooting 1-1. That's the 7th foul against West Seattle. This trip to the line sponsored by our From the Stripe sponsor, Edmonds Community College. Powder misses it. West Seattle down by 6, 35 seconds to go. Shaka Trahan kicks it out to Lindsay. There's their three-point shooter. He misses it. Everybody going up for it. I think Mussey might have drawn a foul against one of the West Seattle players. Goes up for the board and had one of them come over his back. Shimron Mussey, 4 for 4 from the line this quarter. Mentioned he's only missed 2 free throws all season long. 18 for 20 on the years. He looks to go 19 for 21 and does, hits it. Mussey now with 11 points in the quarter. 15 for the ball game. 47-40. Hawks coming storming back. Trailed 32-30 heading into this quarter. Hits the second one as well, and Coach Nayland Sood wants to take a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. It is a 48-40 Hawks lead over West Seattle with 27 seconds left in the ball game. So again, as we mentioned, Hawks trailed 29-21 at one point. Doing a little quick math, they are on a 27-11 run since that time. And they are 27 seconds away from knocking off one of the top-ranked teams in the state. And one, I guess one of the newspapers, I didn't see which one it was. It might have been the Seattle Times, did come out with a top 10 poll this week. And somebody mentioned to me before the game, West Seattle was ranked number 6 in the state in one of the polls. We know the Associated Press have not released a poll yet this season. I believe they will be releasing their first one next week. Not sure what this does to West Seattle's chances of staying up in that poll, but perhaps it puts Mountlake Terrace in the running as well. There's a Gogart long shot. Gets it to fall. It is a 3. He was right near the line. And immediately, Kefri Fazio calls a timeout with 21.2 to go. Let's just see what they're going to call here. And they're going to call a 30, so we'll keep it right here. 48-43 after the Gogart 3. Carter Gogart having a nice half. He had 6 in the third quarter, 5 here in the fourth. Gives him 13 for the game. And Gogart, who after 6 games averaged 9 points per game, playing above his average right now. And prior averaging over 17 points per game. Lindsay was their second leading scorer through the first 6 games. He was averaging 9.3. Lindsay, who had 13 points in yesterday's game against Pilchuck, 12 of which happened in the third quarter, all on 3-pointers. He's been held scoreless here so far tonight. Hawks with a 5-point lead need to get the ball in. Daniel Johnson takes it and gets fouled from behind. Tyler Lindsay picking up the foul. We are not in the double bonus yet for the Hawks, so Johnson will be shooting a 1-and-1. That's the 9th team foul, which means the Hawks will be in double bonus for the rest of the game and will be shooting 2 free throws for every foul moving forward as Yusuf Muhammad checks back into the game. So again, a 1-and-1 situation for Johnson, and this trip to the free throw line is brought to you by our From the Stripe sponsor, Edmonds Community College. Johnson 3 for 6 for the year from the free throw line. Make it 4 for 7. Scores his 5th point of the game, 49-43. Misses the second shot. Unofficially, I have the Hawks for 11 for 13 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter alone. Doing a nice job of trying to ice it. There's a Lindsay 3. Misses it off the front iron. Shimron Massey goes up for it. Doesn't get it, but Anima does. Huge rebound for the Hawks as there's now 8 seconds to go in the game. Hawks by 6. Gogart picking up his 3rd foul. That is the 10th team foul. So Derek Anima will head to the line shooting 2. Again, stick around after the game. We'll have our Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game Award. Anima misses the first shot. Misses the second as well. Again, a player who doesn't miss very many free throws. 6-point Hawks lead. Trahan gets up a shot. Leaves it a bit short. He's going to fire up another 3. Buzzer goes off. The game is over, and the Mountlake Terrace Hawks give the Wildcats of West Seattle their first loss of the season, 49-43. Hawks bring their record to 6-2 on the year. And in just a moment here, we'll get a player of the game interview. So Hawks shaking hands right now with the Wildcats. We're going to take a 30-second break. When we come back, we'll have our player of the game interview. You're watching this Sound Alive Sports Network. There we go. I think we're back now. There we go. Welcome back to the Sound Live Sports Network. Steve Willits along with our Adrenaline fundraising player of the game, and we'll do this right off the bat, Shimron. So we're going to get a picture of you here holding this up. Look over at Teresa Whipple there. Shimron Massey, our player of the game. Get one more there for you. And I'm going to let you keep that shirt. Congratulations on that, and more importantly, congratulations on this victory. This is a West Seattle team that was undefeated coming into this game. You guys fell behind by 8 points in the third quarter. What was the mentality like at that point?
We took a timeout, and Coach said, we just got to keep fighting. They're a good team. They're from the Seattle Metro League, and we just had to keep fighting. We pushed through. And got the victory. You guys play a lot of up-tempo basketball. We've seen a lot of scores in the 60s and 70s. Was it the game plan to come in here tonight and to kind of hold these guys to a minimum of points, or? That we try to do that. We set a goal each game, holding a team to only 52 points, and I think we did that. What did they have?
49-43 was the final, so you did it.
Yeah, that's one of our goals.
Now, one of the other things you've done very well this year, and you continue to do it here, was free throw shooting. It's something that I think gets overlooked sometimes in the game of basketball, but it's vital. It's important, and you've only missed 2 free throws on the entire season. Is that something you pride yourself on? Do you work on that a lot at practice and at home? Or
absolutely. We do it so much in practice. At the end of every practice, Coach has us shoot 25 free throws, 30 free throws, and especially as a low post guy, you're going to get fouled a lot, and that's just easy money right there.
And fourth quarter in particular, and that's a time when even though some of the best free throw shooters can have high percentages, often when it's a close game, late in the game, you see guys choke down the stretch. You were 6 for 6 from the free throw line. I mean, any nerves out there in the fourth quarter knowing that the game's on the line and you're shooting free throws, or is it just same old, same old?
I think it's just same old, same old. We do it every day in practice, and, it's nothing different. Just a different situation, but you still got to knock it down.
Sure, and now this is a game that doesn't count in the standings, but you guys go to 6-2. I've got to think beating a team like West Seattle gives you guys a lot of confidence going into Wesco.
I mean, yeah, I guess a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, it's a tough conference, right?
Yeah, it's a tough conference.
You know what you got coming up. Are you guys excited to get the conference action going? I mean,
absolutely. We've waited long enough, and it's break. We haven't played games for 13 days, and we finally got one today, and we're excited for Marysville on Saturday and Peak on Tuesday.
There we go. Do you remember how many games you guys won last year?
Yeah, I remember.
How many was it? It was 6, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And how many have you won this year so far?
6.
There we go. So they've already matched last year's win total, and you're just going to keep rolling.
Yeah,
hey,
exactly. That's a goal.
You're off to a hard start.
Congratulations,
and go enjoy this with your teammates, and we'll see you guys next week.
Have a good day.
All right, thanks. You too. So Shimron Massey with the Player of the Game award right there again. 12 points in the fourth quarter alone. He ends up with 16 for the game, 49-43. Hawks go to 6-2 on the year, and they give the West Seattle Wildcats their first loss of the season. Wildcats go to 8-1 on the season, and what more can you say? So the Hawks doing work out here and getting it done. As we mentioned, we will not be broadcasting the next game, but Mountlake Terrace will be playing Marysville Pilchuck right here in the Terraceum Saturday, 2 p.m. Come on out to the game, support the Hawks as again they're off to a hot start, and this is the kind of basketball we've become accustomed to watching here at the Terraceum. Last year's season is a thing of the past, and these guys just keep plugging away, and they just keep getting better. So, again, we thank you for watching. We're going to take a break right now and go off the air. We'll come back on at 5 o'clock for the Edmonds-Woodway-Snohomish game, but we're going to sign off for now. Your final score, once again, here at the Terraceum, the Mountlake Terrace Hawks, 49, the West Seattle Wildcats, 43. Hawks win, and you've been watching the Sound Alive Sports Network.